Back with some Street Fighter. I'm gonna try.
Indeed.
Not to get these legs blessed. I'm really gonna try to. Hopefully, I don't get bodied. But if so,
listen.
It'll be fun.
You four-stocked me in under 30 seconds. There's literally zero way for it to be worse than what you did to me in Melee. There's actually no possible way.
To be fair, you literally don't know how to play the game yet. I've been going to tournaments for Street Fighter. You know, I've been trying not to go on too. Like, I had a little thing going where I was entering both tournaments. I held up the bracket one time for Melee because like I won Melee, but like I held it up because I actually did decent in Street Fighter 5. I got like 9th or 13th at the local or whatever.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was like 3-2 or 4-2. I don't know how I did, but I held up the bracket. I was like,
yeah, you fucked up. The TOs were all banking on you going 0-2. But why don't you tell people like your history with Street Fighter? Because, you know, in Melee, I'm brand new, but I'm just a big fan of the franchise and played other Smash games and played casually. But what's your history with Street Fighter and why are you interested in it?
So, you know, just like how you were with like Melee, that was me and Phil especially. I don't know if you know Phil, but that's like my guy, right? We'd always like, especially him, we would watch the CPT or whatever, you know, Capcom Cup. I've always just watched Street Fighter, but I just never played it because I'm like, fuck, dude, this shit looks daunting, bro. Like, I'm seeing like, I was there at the Evo where Momochi and GamerB, where one of them paused.
It paused when he was in grand finals against GamerB. That was the final game.
And that was crazy. Watching when Justin Wong like took a set off Daigo with Balrog. Like, what?
That's 09. That's some OG Street Fighter 4.
I've been watching, that's how long we've been watching. Or when fucking Listen thought he won the match and he didn't, and then the guy sits down and beats him.
What are you standing up for? The OG where they do the Viper Ultra final round, like 2009, I think. Classic.
I mean, just all those moments I've always watched, and I regret not playing back then, you know?
So I don't know if the Melee audience knows, because you guys got slippy. Street Fighter 5 rollback is real bad and has issues with one-sided rollback where one person gets all the lag and on the other person's side it's like buttery smooth. And a fan-made patch came out to kind of correct that issue, and it was sick. It was really good. And then, of course, Capcom patched it all to get rid of all the fixes. And then they instead added their own fix on top of it, which didn't do jack shit. Now it's this mediocre rollback at the end of the day. It's kind of like the give and take of having developer support. It also means developer control. Capcom actively works against you, which is the difference. Whereas Nintendo just ignores you entirely.
Yeah, you don't exist in Nintendo's eyes.
Right. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how much we can actually see. Nice.
Fuck.
Threw it away at the end.
Yeah. It just doesn't work. Damn, that was good. You just got the form down, dude. I don't know.
I mean, we're all just one guess away from dying in this game. Don't whiff that.
Oh shit.
GG's.
I cannot jump on this man. I can't do it.
GG's. That wasn't bad though. Yeah, I mean, you definitely know how to play the game for sure. The one thing I feel like that I noticed, you're very reserved in neutral. So like I was super active compared to you. I mean, you know, this game is just, for the melee audience, it's definitely not as active. But one thing I noticed is that like you weren't employing the dash punch game as I was expecting as much. So I felt like you were getting charged a lot, but like I had you cornered every round from the get-go. Every round, right? Like even when you got like 50% of my health down, you were fighting your way out of the corner and I was just going in on you. It's a common charge character habit because, you know, you got to hold down back to build up the move to space it, right? So you're going to end up like inching yourself backwards because if I'm here, you can't dash punch because you're going to punish that. That's too close, right? So you're like, okay, let me back up so that I'm about here so I can do this. But then your opponent walks forward. Now they're here. You're like, oh shit.
And it's like, let
me inch back again, right? The whole time you're putting yourself in the corner and eventually you're going to just have no options and I'm mauling you.
Just stuck. And then I feel like once I'm in the corners, I'm just screwed.
Death. I mean, that you're
I don't know
done
if
for.
That's when I feel like I can't get in on you, so I'm like, well, I can't. Anything I'm doing doesn't work, so I'll jump, and then you're already like, you catch it every time.
You only did like a couple, but because you didn't approach from the ground hardly at all. It's like, oh, he's moving. It must be a jump, right? You never did anything where I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What? Did you just like triple dash in my face and press heavy kick? You know what I mean? Like there was nothing for me to be totally shook. If I'm not shook, I'm gonna press this easy, no brain, this every now and then. You know what I mean? Like it's so brain dead easy. Like that anti-air is broken in Street Fighter standards. I can whiff this, like I can try to catch you dashing at me and then still press this.
Damn.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like there you go. Like you just cover dash forward and jump with the same sequence. So that's
what about with like some characters who will just don't spam jump neutral, right? Is there like a way to prevent them from like just stop? Like at Platinum, I feel like everyone just does this against me in neutral.
So here, watch this. Hold down back after blocking my move, neutral jump.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Now. This is what I call the jiggle. So I'm crouching. You think I'm holding down back, right? Psych. I'm actually doing down forward that whole time. I'm jiggling my stick between the down and the down forward motion. So this is the perfect spacing trap for people who are jump happy. The pushback, this spacing right here, every time.
What if they don't? What if they just go back? Then
you didn't do. It doesn't matter, right? Like whatever. I let it go. You know what I mean? But the other mix-up is do this. That also sets you up for dash punch spacing. Look at this spot. That's why they want a neutral jump, because after you block this, that's like perfect dash punch spacing.
You said heavy punch, right?
Heavy punch is the button. Like just learn to use this poke. So it sounds like you're not as familiar with it. This button is mad good.
So I do it in block streams because it's like if they get hit at crush counters.
Right.
But I'm not as familiar with this shit.
Oh yeah, that's like your big like don't do that move. You can lose 30-40% off an anti-air easy. If I have 2 bars.
Oh yeah,
you just lost like 30% health and you're in the corner. That's like, hey man, don't do this. I have a character that can punish you hard. And then once they're like, oh shit, I might lose all my life. Maybe blocking a dash punch doesn't seem as bad.
Okay, let me so.
Ooh, you did it. You're doing it right. You're just doing a little bit too soon, actually.
Okay. Damn. Okay, I'm like rushing it.
There it is. And then, so why don't you try doing it to EX dash straight this time?
Okay. Oh fuck.
Yeah, now you got to remember to go back to charge.
That charge character, shit, man. Oh, okay. See.
There you go. Yeah, easy. See, that's not too bad, right?
Doing this.
Yeah, you want to clean that up, but you get the idea, right? Like after this, what are you looking for? If they sit still, you can dash punch them. If they jump, you're looking for the jump because they're not going to jump every time, right? So the idea is that you set the trap, and then you're jiggling that stick, and if they bite on it, you just strike. That's the idea.
Oh yeah, that's fire.
You'll get so much free damage from this, I'm telling you. Like, people neutral jump on ROG all day, especially in Platinum.
Dude, it's so bad at Platinum.
Okay, good lesson. This one has the least horizontal range, but it's your fastest. So this is what you do from up close. But if you do this one, this is better for further jumps. So you kind of just showed, like, some good awareness, right? So if I jump from mad far, like
fucking birdies, dude. I swear, that's the only thing that hits them.
birdie, yes.
Yeah, when I put in geese, I feel like I have to do that.
Yes, you are 100% correct. There's certain characters you cannot do this button on, even though this is like your 99%. Dude, like you came to it, like I've had the same realization. They do that jump in, it's jump heavy kick where they go sideways in the air. You can't hit them with this. You cannot. You have to use a late crouching fierce or light DP.
Characters like Honda, Mika, G, where they have like belly flops, I swear, like nothing. I feel like nothing hits.
You mentioned that earlier, like what do I do about characters jumping and then jumping cross up? So I was kind of trying to break it down to two separate sections. The far jump problem is solved with like the DP awareness and crouching fierce as like your option. Like, however, that's a whole different ball game when they're up close, and I can't demo that with you right now because Rog has no cross up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right, he's the only character in the game without a cross up, so I can't. Rog cannot put that situation into you, but like you can see the idea, right? Like if I had a jump move, it'll whiff at this range. So I'll show you. I'll pick G after this. We can go through it.
Dude, this matchup, I feel like characters with long limbs beat Balrog, but that's just like a little hot take I have.
I don't know if it's long limbs, but G does beat Balrog. So like you're not wrong about that.
Like there's no way Rog wins.
So we talked about normal jump. It's like if I jump at you at this range, you know what to do. This gives the most reward on hit if I land the jump, right? But it's also the easiest for you to deal with. Now here's the problem. If I do, like if you're blocking.
Yeah, sometimes they'll go over me. Yeah, like that. Oh, I hate dealing with I don't want to deal with that shit, dude. See, I feel like nothing works. That's the only thing. It's like the only thing I can think of.
So that does work. Another good one is jump back light kick because it's very fast. So you have a little bit more time to react. So if you don't immediately do it, that move is your best panic air to air.
Dude, I do that shit. I think I learned that from watching you. Either you or Smug. One of you guys both do it where like if you're in the corner and I'm just like doing pressure and I'm about to kill you, I'll just like do this and then I'll do that. I want a set like that. It was so
sick. You're talking about an instant overhead. So you're talking about that's the offensive use for that. There's some setups to get that on tall characters. But yeah, the defensive use is to stop crossups. So that's super easy in a vacuum. But that's like if you see someone consistently air-to-air jump backs, that's how you know they're kind of like a high-level player. Because that took me a long time. But when you're playing like a dude who's just crossing up all day, you can just do it.
Yeah,
but the problem is like, if I do this, and you're automatically holding up back, you're gonna die. You know?
Yeah, I'm so scared of like this situation. Yeah, because I'm scared of that fucking command grab. I'm so scared of the command grab. So I just like I'll either panic jump back like this to catch it, but then G will hit me with his limbs because they know I'm a jump like that. Sagat's always get me with that shit too.
That's not terrible to do sometimes, but you have to find the balance. Like sometimes it's better to block it out because if you block out a bunch of buttons at this range, like you block two lights. What can I do here? Like I can almost command grab you if I walk forward a step. Once you built a little bit of distance, it's harder for me to pin you down from a jump back, a back dash, or a walk away. Because after you block two lights, I can't confirm into a combo anymore. You're blocking two buttons, walk away.
Okay.
So I hit you low, you saw that? But what does it matter?
Yeah.
I can't convert that into a combo. For me to combo you from a low, I have to be this close. And then, this will turn into death.
Right, yeah.
But after you block two lights, I can't combo you low. I can poke you and then say don't walk away. Sit
or
there,
just
right?
Calls me walk up command grab.
Well, actually, if you walk back,
okay.
I can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But I can do this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The mind game's open, but that's just like a small defensive thing. Like I think about if I'm playing a grappler, like a bullshit character like G, I'm like, all right, how many buttons am I going to block before I do something? Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to block one button, then jump. One button, then backdash. Two buttons, then walk away. Two buttons, then backdash. I'm going to hold up on wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cycling through these options. So if they commit to safe pressure, they'll naturally push themselves out of the way.
What about with V Trigger? Because that's what shit with this character. That's where shit starts getting like fucked.
I mean, that's a whole
Like,
basically, you don't get to play when G has V Trigger. You don't get to play. Like you just have to respect everything he does. And I would mostly advise like V reversaling if you can. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. So one thing I noticed in that set was your use of V-reversal. I think you could instantly level up from just tweaking that a little bit. You V-reversaled at sort of okay times, like meaning when you needed to get me off you and when your stun was high. The one problem with it was that you were doing V-reversals on buttons where if you V-reversal the button, I don't get knocked down. So I would press medium and then you would V-reversal me and I would just block it.
Right. I've been grabbed out of my V reversals too.
Oh yeah. If you V reversal my jab, like if I do jab and throw and you V reversal, I'll just throw you every time.
Right.
So what you need to do is you have to know what buttons give a guaranteed knockdown and save your V meter for that. Otherwise, you wasted both your defensive option and your V trigger.
Oh yeah, that's true. I still don't know what moves actually knock down on V reversal. I don't know. Versus like G and like Urian and shit, they just block it and go right back to doing what they're doing.
So basically, every heavy move in the game, pretty much, you can V reversal. So these are the mediums, like lights, you can tell, right? You know, mediums, a little bit bigger, but not huge. And then heavies, like this.
So that'll all knock down. So
yeah.
So
I was blocking there. I was trying to block.
Right.
So if I'm pressuring you and I do this and you V reversal, you don't get a knockdown. But think about Rog's pressure. Rog, you pressure with like jabs and mediums mostly, but the heavy kick is the big crush counter with Balrog, and that's what gives you the plus frames. But that's a guaranteed V reversal knockdown. So if I have you cornered and I'm mauling you and I'm pressing heavy kick and you're scared because you're going to get crush countered out of nowhere, you can visually react to the heavy kick and say, get off me. And that's super good.
I didn't think about V reversals in that aspect. Like, it was just something I just did unconsciously. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, this game is layers, man. Just like Melee, this shit has layers to it.
Yeah, those are the two main things. Like, if I were to give like a general what you should look out for right now, you're walking away and then you're V-reversing at bad times. Like, when I see a player do that, I smell blood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
So
I'm like,
whatever, right?
Yeah, you're walking yourself to the corner and you're not even getting me off you. Because one thing that's prevent me from just pressing this all day is that you're going to V-reversal me.
Right.
But you like burned it on this and I'm like, oh shit, that means I can just dash punch you and get back in again and keep doing this.
Right.
So you didn't get a chance to play because of that, right? I mean, you got like a random button in the V trigger to get return, like that happens. If I go a little too nutty, that's the risk I take. But you had no way to establish control because you burnt your V bar in bad places and you walked yourself to the corner.
Yeah, basically.
Yep,
but
that's
yeah,
always how it works.
This was fun as hell. You're a legend. I don't know when you want to do this again, but I'm down whenever, pretty much. So
yeah, maybe like once every 2 weeks or so. I think give it some time to marinate. Yeah, I learned a shit ton. That was fun with Melee. I mean, for me, that's gonna be such a long-term project to be able to play. But I definitely had a lot of fun learning about that game and sharing some Street Fighter knowledge.
Well, yeah, no, it was fun, man. I appreciate you taking your time too. I think this is dope.
No, this was a sick idea. I'm super happy you hit me up to do it. Like I said, I've been like on the outside of the Melee community for a long time, just been a fanboy, so it's super sick to get some crossover between Street Fighter and Melee, which never happens.
Likewise.